All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Matty here from Chill TCG. Today, we're going to kick off our video series where we're taking a look at all of the best decks that are coming out or have come out in the Evolving Skies Pokemon TCG expansion, which released actually just yesterday on PTCGO. A lot of great new cards, a ton of great new cards to play with. Today, though, we're going to be taking a look at Rayquaza VMAX. Now, there's a lot of different ways that people will be playing Rayquaza VMAX, and personally, I figured we would go with the Dynamotor Flaafy version of the deck. I know a lot of people are going to be playing the Welder version, and if we're talking pre-rotation, which is exactly what we're going to be looking at today, I think that the Welder variant of Rayquaza definitely has a large upside. However, today we're going to be showcasing some of the new cards in the set, and that's our main goal here with the list. Now, for post-rotation, Welder's not going to be there, right? So this is kind of like a half post-rotation, half pre-rotation deck. However, I also think that the Rose Kricketune engine for Rayquaza is also going to be really good and a very viable option for post-rotation. But today, we're going to be taking a look at Dynamotor, Flaafy, Rayquaza VMAX. So we're quickly going to go over some of the new cards, talk about the deck list just a little bit briefly, and then we're going to get into some gameplay. I really cannot wait. So kicking things off, we got Rayquaza V. It is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, and it is a Dragon type. Dragon types are back. 210 HP, retreat cost of 2, no weakness, no resistance. It's got 2 attacks. First one, Dragon Pulse, 1 Lightning Energy, 40 damage. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. The second one, Fire and a Lightning Energy. Spiral Burst does 20 damage, and you may discard up to 2 basic Fire Energy or up to 2 basic Lightning Energy. You can't mix and match. And if you do, it does 80 more damage for each energy you discard this way. So if you have a Fire and a Lightning and another Lightning, or 2 Fire and a Lightning, you can discard both of one of those types of energies, and you do 160 plus 20, that's 180 damage for 3 energies on the Rayquaza, discarding 2. Pretty decent, but realistically not the main bread and butter of the deck. That is, of course, going to be the Rayquaza VMAX. Also a Rapid Strike, 320 HP, Dragon type. Now, it has the ability, Azure Pulse, an incredible ability. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Similar to Shadow Rider, Calyrex VMAX, we can actually use this ability once per Rayquaza per turn. So if we have 2 or 3 Rayquazas on our bench, we can use Azure Pulse for each of those Rayquazas every turn. Definitely extremely good ability there. And it goes very well with Dynamotor Flaafy, which is another reason why we're going to be showcasing that. These 2 cards definitely meant to go together. The attack, though, is phenomenal. Similar to Rayquaza V, we have Max Burst, Fire, and a Lightning Energy. 20 damage. You may discard any amount of basic Fire Energy or any amount of basic Lightning Energy, and this attack does 80 more damage for each energy card you discard this way. So we're no longer capped at 180 damage like the Rayquaza V was. We can get 3-4 Lightning Energies on this thing with Dynamotor, and we're going to be one-hit KOing anything in the game right now. I think the main amount of damage that we get up to is 8 times 4, 320 plus 2, so about 340 damage if we're discarding 4. If we get up to 5, we're way past any range where we would need to KO anything. But we can definitely stack energies onto this Rayquaza VMAX. And we're going to be doing that with the new Dynamotor Flaafy. This guy has the crazy ability, once during your turn, you may attach a Lightning Energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be accelerating a ton of energy to Rayquaza VMAX, and the Lightning Energy is what we're going to be focused on. We're going to hopefully just attach 1 Fire Energy to the Rayquaza to enable the attack, and then we're going to pile on a bunch of Lightning Energy so that we can discard those to do the increased damage. Flaafy's also really good. It's got 90 HP because we can search it with Level Ball. Gives the deck that much more consistency. And retreat cost of 2, weak to fighting, but it's a stage 1, so very consistently able to get multiple Flaaffys up on your bench, and that's exactly what we want to do here. So definitely super, super good. We are running a Dedenne and a Crobat for some consistent draw support, and we do have a Mew in here now. We're running Mew because, of course, this is not a post-rotation list, and Mew is going to protect those Flaaffys from all the bench sniping Pokemon like Urshifu that we're going to be running into, right, in all these matches. So Mew definitely really important. Now, when Mew rotates, I think running Flaafy engine for Rayquaza is definitely going to be a little bit sketchy since they can definitely get sniped from things like Urshifu and other deck lists that snipe the bench. For that reason, I think the Rose engine could be pretty viable post-rotation, but we'll definitely have to see. Moving on to the rest of the deck list, we have plenty of Pokemon Search. We have 3 Evolution Incense to find the Rayquaza VMAXs and the Flaaffys. We have Level Ball, and we can use Level Ball to grab Mew, Mareep, or Flaffy, so definitely a really good card. We're running 3 of those. 4 Quick Balls to grab our basic Pokemon. We have 2 Switch cards and 3 Air Balloons. Definitely kind of the bread and butter of the deck. You want to be able to switch out. Like I said, with Flaffy and Dynamotor, you can only attach to the bench, so double switching out is going to be sometimes needed with the list. We actually are running the new stadium, Stormy Mountain. This card was made for Rayquaza VMAX. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic lightning Pokemon or a basic dragon Pokemon and put that under their bench, and then you shuffle your deck. So it's just going to be another way that we can consistently get those Mareeps and those Rayquazas down on our bench. We're running 2 of those, but we're also running 2 Viridian Forests. We're going to be able to discard a card from our hand to grab an energy, a basic energy card from our deck. So we're mainly using this to consistently find those fire energies, since we are only running 4 in the list, and we need that fire energy to be able to attack with Rayquaza VMAX. We also discard an energy in the process, and with this deck, we definitely want to get those lightning energies in the discard pile. Plenty of ways to do that between Quick Ball, 4 Professor's Researches, which we're playing, Viridian Forest, or the Azure Pulse ability here on Rayquaza VMAX. So a lot of synergy with the deck. I think that it has a lot of potential. Things can get mixed and matched for sure. Lastly, we are running 3 Boss, and we're running 3 of the new Copycat. I know most lists are probably going to be running Marnie in place of this Copycat card, but I think that it definitely has a lot of merit with all the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAXs, which are going to be running around. They always have a really big hand. So Copycat, shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. So if we're playing against our opponent, like a Shadow Rider, a lot of times they have a really massive hand. Copycat's going to be really great. It's going to bring us up to like 7, 8, 9 card hand, whatever our opponent might have in that situation. Most of the time they're going to have 5, 6, 7 cards in their hands. So Copycat is actually a really great card if we don't want to discard some cards in our hands, similar to Marnie. But definitely helps in the Shadow Rider matchup a little bit more. However, we don't have that hand disruption, which Marnie typically does have, and is definitely really good for. I don't know if I'd recommend Copycat over Marnie. I think Marnie could be pretty viable, but I figured we'd run Copycat just because it is a new card. But definitely keep that in mind. 4 Fire Energies, 9 Lightning Energy. So again, more Lightning Energies because we're going to be using the Dynamotor engine, but we do want some fire there so we can attach them to our Rayquazas. I'm super excited to play the list. Let's hop on the ladder, see if we can't get some good gameplay here. I really want to showcase Rayquaza VMAX. We'll see how it goes. Again, the deck just came out. I don't have a lot of experience playing it, but we'll learn together as we go. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the list. How would you play Rayquaza VMAX? Are you going to play Welder? You're going to play Flaffy? Or are you going to play the Rose engine? We'll take a look at the Rose engine probably later towards rotation in a couple weeks. But yeah, let's get into some games. All right, hopping on to the ladder. We'll see what we're playing against. We're playing Bruce Moose. We don't know exactly what deck he's playing, but we're going to want to figure that out early game to kind of formulate our strategy. He's going to be calling the coin flip. Let's see if he flips heads or tails and if he gets it correct. We would like to go first, I believe, with Rayquaza. Most decks want to go first right now. We lost the coin flip, unfortunately. Will he let us go first? He did not. No, we will be going second. So definitely not the best thing in the world, but our hand actually looks pretty decent for a hand where we will be going second. So I'm not too upset about that. Let's click done here. We're going to be starting with a nice Rayquaza V in the active, and it looks like we're playing Eternatus VMAX. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup. I think we might have the advantage here. We can get up to that 340 damage threshold, like I said. However, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to one-hit KO our Rayquaza VMAX. He is going first, though, so if he gets a nice board state set up, if he gets an energy attached, could be a pretty difficult situation for us. We'll have to see. But I definitely do not feel safe leaving this Rayquaza V in the active spot, I'll tell you that. We could see a big turn 2 KO on this V Pokemon. So the Power Plant comes out. That is actually really cool, seeing Power Plant in E-turn. Turns off GX Pokemon. So our Jirachi GX in our deck, not going to be very helpful at the moment. But we have a research in hand, so shouldn't be a big deal. We see the Air Balloon come down. He gets the Sneasel, another E-turn, and a Crobat. 5 cards left in his hand. Does he have the energy? It's really important for E-turn to attach that energy turn 1. It's not super important. They do have things like Moltres, but we would like to see them miss the energy attachment turn 1. That would be very good for us. But we'll see. Here comes the Quick Ball. I believe he already played Crobat this turn, so if he doesn't have energy in hand already, he's not going to be able to find it, I don't think. And I don't believe he has one in his discard pile at the moment. He does not. He already got rid of Palpad. Makes me think that he's probably running Phoebe in his list. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We definitely want to get 1 fire and 4 lightning on our Rayquaza VMAX. That's going to be the main goal here. And then that way we're going to be able to 1-hit KO an E-turn VMAX. And he does not get the energy attachment for the turn. Very crazy. Right off the bat, let's attach the fire energy to the Rayquaza. I think that's going to be pretty important. So what we're going to do here, we're going to research the hand anyway. Let's quick ball away the lightning energy. We want to get those in the discard pile. Looks like we have 2 Mareeps and 4 Flaafy. So we actually prized 2 of our Mareeps. Definitely not great. And I think we also prized one of our Rayquaza VMAXs. We have Mew. What else could we have prized here? Let's check the supporters. I think we prized a Boss's Orders. And we might have prized a Research as well. And I think we prized a Fire Energy. So definitely going to be interesting. But I think we're going to go ahead and prioritize getting these 2 Mareeps down on our bench. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to quick ball for that Mareep, and then we're going to level ball again for the other Mareep. We don't need Mew in this matchup. And what we can do here, I guess, potentially, is Evolution Incense and thin out our deck. We could get rid of another, could get rid of one of those 4 Flaaffys. We're not going to need the 4th one, but I think we're going to go ahead and keep that in the deck for now, just so we can increase the odds that we draw into it. What I do want to do, though, is switch into the Mareep just in case something goes down. We want to be able to accelerate those energies next turn to the benched Rayquaza. We do see the Air Balloon anyway, so that is definitely pretty good. And honestly, we're not in a bad situation. I'm going to go ahead and attach that Air Balloon to Mareep in case we get Martied, and I'm going to go ahead and quick ball away that Mew. No reason to have that at the moment. We could grab a 3rd Mareep if we had it in our deck right now, but we did prize 2. So what we're going to do is probably grab a 2nd Rayquaza. We could grab something like a Crobat or a Dedenne, but we do have Research and Copycat in hand. So I'm just going to grab the 2nd Rayquaza. I'm feeling pretty good about doing that. No issues with that at all, I think. And we're going to go ahead and just pass. It's pretty likely that he doesn't actually get a big attack off on Mareep this turn, so I'm feeling pretty good. He's going to evolve the bench Eternatus and extend that bench space. There comes the Chaotic Swell. That's going to be a little bit tricky for us. You know, we're not going to be able to get a nice Stadium off next turn, which would have been pretty nice. Would have helped our cause a little bit, but I think we have everything on our bench that we really need other than Dedenne and Crobat, which we do have 2 bench spaces for, so we can't really work with anything else. So realistically, Stormy Mountains isn't going to be too helpful. Viridian Forest would have been nice. We'll try to get that out here on the board sooner or later. Here comes the Pokemon Communications. I think he's going to calm away that Zigzagoon. We still haven't seen any energy yet from this guy. And he's going to go ahead and immediately grab the Weavile GX. I think that's the smart play on his book. Now, again, I'm not too experienced with this matchup. Haven't played Rayquaza a whole lot. I think we're just going to prioritize kind of KOing 2 E-turn VMAXs. I think that's the best route. But, and there's the Marnie. If we have to go through some 2-prize Pokemon, we can do that as well. But we did prize, I think, one of our boss's orders, so I think we only have 2 in the deck. We might take one off the prize cards, though. So there goes the Viridian Forest. This hand is actually not that bad, and I'll show you guys why in just a second. But here comes the Power Accelerator. Does he have another energy in hand off that Marnie? If he went from 0 to 2, wow, and he does. That is actually crazy. So a nice 2 energy swing for him that turn. Definitely a pretty good play, I would say. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, well, first of all, let's evolve this Rayquaza. I think that's going to be pretty important. Let's put this Viridian. We're just going to discard both of these. We should have another one in the deck, though, so not going to be too big of a deal. We're going to Evolution Incense here, and I think we definitely need to be grabbing a Flaafy because we need to get things kind of rolling here. So let's go ahead. Evolve the bench Flaafy, I would say. I think that's probably going to be our best call. Now, what I actually want to do here is attach this Fire Energy to this Rayquaza here, and now we can actually go ahead and Azure Pulse. We're going to discard that Lightning Energy, not a big deal, and we're going to go ahead and draw 3 cards. Hopefully, we draw something good off this. We draw the Crobat, so that's actually not too bad at all. I'm going to go ahead and just outright play it so we can draw 4 more cards. Any draw supporters, we do see the Copycat, although he only has 2 cards in the hand. This is when Copycat isn't that great. However, we actually do have a pretty good system about to go into place here. So we can evolve that Flaafy. We have another Evolution Incense. Let's grab the 2nd Rayquaza. Why don't we? No reason to grab another Flaafy. We don't have anything that we can use for that, pretty much. We cannot play this Viridian this turn, so it's a little bit tough. What I might do is Copycat and then Azure Pulse again with this Rayquaza. I think that might be our best play. How many lightning energies are in the discard pile? 2. So we could actually ditch Viridian Forest and get that other lightning energy in the discard pile as well, but I don't really see that to be super necessary. So I am actually going to go ahead and Copycat. Probably not the best play. We could have waited next turn, but we have another Copycat anyway. So actually, I don't know if I want to Azure Pulse now that we have Stormy Mountain and Copycat in our hand. Because we're in no rush, I think. You know what I mean? The only difficult thing here is if we this Flaafy, man, it's not looking super great. It's definitely a bit awkward. I am going to go ahead and Azure Pulse, actually. We're going to do that because I would like to draw into something a bit better. The research there, I like that a lot more for next turn. We're going to go ahead and Dynamotor twice. And we're going to start stacking up just onto one of these Rayquazas. We need to build one up. We're going to be able to get 2 lightning energies onto this Rayquaza this turn. And now we're kind of faced with the decision of, should we retreat into maybe the Crobat? We only have these 2 Flaaffys available, so is it really best for us to leave one of these Flaaffys in the active spot? That's kind of the main question. If we bring something up, we could bring up one of the Rayquazas. I don't know if I want to have one get damaged. So what I might do, actually, is feed him the Crobat. Probably not the correct play, but I don't want to let one of these Flaaffys die. I think they're going to be really important for the rest of the game since we don't have 2 more. They're still on the prize card. So if he does KO the Crobat and take 2 prize cards, so be it. We'll have the Flaafy. We'll return with a 3 prize KO as long as he doesn't have a boss's orders in his hand, which he very well could have get access to one. That could be pretty annoying. But even if he does that, he's just going to damage the Rayquaza, and then we kind of return back with a nice, most likely a nice kind of 3 prize knockout on the active E turn. We would like to see him miss energy attachment this turn. That would also be pretty beneficial. We'll see what Bruce decides to do here. We'll see exactly, I guess, what he's got in that hand. He's got another couple bench spaces. We could see another Crobat, but I'm happy that we have research in hand. We also have Stormy Mountain. We see the Darkrai come out. Kind of cool. Vortex of Darkness is pretty decent, I'm not going to lie, as a single prize attacker, at least in Weavile E-turn. But that was one of his cards. Now he only has 1 bench space open. He's actually going to retreat into the Darkrai, which tells me that he does not have much going on in his hand. So we'll see. Here comes the second E-turn VMAX. He's going to attach to this bad boy here, and he might pass. This was a very interesting play. Very interesting for sure. Kind of puts us in an awkward situation, though, I think. So we'll see. Here comes the Quick Ball. Interesting. Let's put Stormy Mountain in play. Now, we could go with... You know what? You know what we're going to do here? Kind of a risky play, realistically. But I'm going to... I really want to get a KO this turn, and it is possible. So I'm going to go ahead and Quick Ball away the Research. This is what we're going to do. We're going to grab the Dedenne-GX. And now I'm going to boss up this E-turn here. Well, what we could do is bring up the Weavile. That might be the better play. Because we can definitely get the KO on the Weavile. And we're safe from getting KO'd by an Eternatus. So I actually do like this play. Let's bring up the Weavile. Again, probably not the correct play. Trust me, I understand. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see what we draw into. The hand is a little bit awkward, I'm not going to lie. I don't particularly love the hand. But what we could do, I suppose... It is very awkward here. That other boss's orders in hand is super kind of tough. We might have to Azure Pulse here and discard the hand. I wouldn't like that, but we could definitely take 2 prize cards this turn. So, I don't think it's really the end of the world. We should attach the Fire here. Let's attach to this Rayquaza. Level Ball, do we have anything in the deck to grab? We're going to keep that Flaafy in the deck. And we're going to Azure Pulse. We're going to discard that boss, which is tough, but we are going to get that other lightning energy in hand. What we need here is a switching out from this Crobat. Unfortunately, I still haven't found one. We might be digging deep here. I mean, we have 1 switch in the discard pile and only 1 Air Balloon in play. I don't think some of them were prized, to be honest with you. Let's Azure Pulse yet again. Really hoping to grab that switching out. And we do find it absolutely busted. So now we can kind of faithfully go in with the Dynamotor. And let's just stack some more energies onto this Rayquaza. I think that's going to be our best play to do so. We have Viridian in hand, however. But yeah, I think we definitely just need to go in with this Rayquaza. We have to discard, I believe. He's got 200 HP. Yeah, we have to discard 3 energies off this Rayquaza, which is definitely not super ideal, but he has 0 cards in his hand, and we're taking 2 prize cards. So I'm feeling pretty decent about this play. Was it the correct play? Probably not. We technically would have been able to KO the E-turn if we brought it up, but that was a little bit more of a risky play, and I figured just KOing the Weavile there probably better. Probably wasn't, though, to be 100% honest with you. You guys can let me know. But he's going to bring up that E-turn now. This is an awkward situation for us. Like, it 100% is, right? Because now he hits the Rayquaza. Things get a little bit interesting for sure. But we still have 10 cards in deck. He's actually going to Marnie us. And we did actually have another Boss's Orders, which I must have miscounted. Definitely not that bad for us. Let's see what we draw into. A couple Lightning Energies. And that other Air Balloon, though, which is probably going to be really clutch. That Chaotic Swell actually going to be pretty annoying, if I'm being 100% honest. We're going to be able to get 3 Lightning Energies. Interesting. We'll see what we top deck. If we top deck a Switch, we can get the KO on the E-turn here. But if not, we might just have to go ahead and just attack it outright and set up for maybe a 2-hit KO. We got to be careful. Only 10 cards in deck, though, so things could get a little bit dicey as this game goes on. These Chaotic Swells definitely really annoying. A Mark Shadow might be good in the list because Path to the Peak could also be an issue for this list, but you know, you never know. Here comes the Dedenne, going to be doing 240 damage. Really not the end of the world, I don't think. And there's the Rayquaza VMAX off the top deck. Not super great, if I'm being 100% honest here. But I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to Dynamotor. We'll stack some energies onto this Rayquaza here. I think we discarded like most of our draw supporters at this point, which makes things a little bit tricky. Let's attach. Do we want to attach, though? If we don't, we're doing 180. I mean, that's enough for the 2-hit KO. He has 1 card in handy. We think he has Boss. We're going to attach the Air Balloon either way. And we're going to retreat. We are going to retreat. We don't have any Lightning Energy in the discard pile at this point. We might be able to afford another Azure Pulse this turn. That's kind of the one question that I'm like, the one thing that I'm kind of questioning at this point. Let's attach to this one here. Set ourselves up for the kind of the 2-hit KO on the E-turn. I think this is going to be the last Azure Pulse that we're going to be able to afford to do. More Lightning Energies. And unfortunately, there's the switch there. We wouldn't have been able to, if we didn't split the energies, get the KO on the active E-turn this turn. But, you know, I figure that was probably the more risky play. We're just going to Max Burst, get rid of these Lightning Energies. We still have 2, so if we need to retreat out manually, we can do that. We're going to set ourselves up for a KO next turn on the E-turn. Hopefully he doesn't have Boss in that 2-card hand. He does have 1 bench space open if he does have a way to find a Crobat. He hasn't played any Boss's Orders yet, so this matchup is actually quite close. If he doesn't KO this benched Rayquaza here, we're definitely actually in a pretty good situation. This Flaafy is a nice pivot, though, so we will be able to get 3 energies onto this Rayquaza and just kind of finish it off next turn. But what he can do is just kind of retreat into this E-turn. He actually retreats into this E-turn V, which is an interesting play. We do have another Boss's Orders in the deck, though, which is why I'm not really too worried. And he's going to switch back into this E-turn. So this is a pretty good play on his part. We do not see the Boss. So he is going to get some damage off on this Rayquaza, but we're going to be able to get 4 energies on this bad boy, switch into it. If we don't see a reset stamp from him this turn, we're in a pretty good spot. We're going to one-hit KO this, and then we're going to put on enough pressure to kind of KO anything else that is going to be on his board pretty much. So I think we're in a pretty decent situation. We'll see, though. My calculations might be incorrect. We'll have to kind of see how things go. This match is actually going quite long, so, you know, realistically, I don't know if we'll include another match in this video. And there's the Crobat. He already played a supporter for turn, though. Does he have reset stamp? Stamp would be massive. Okay, so yeah, there's the 270. So this is actually a pretty good situation for us to be in. So what we can do is we can attach here. We're going to go ahead and Dynamotor. 4 energies is exactly what we need. 4 times 8 is 320. Plus 2, 340. We will be getting the KO on that E-turn. So definitely a pretty good situation. Let's switch into this Rayquaza. And we can actually Dynamotor this turn. to this Rayquaza, right? So now we're kind of just setting up for next turn. We have 1 in hand, 2 more in the discard pile. Pretty much checkmate. We're also taking 3 prize cards as well. So let's go ahead and max burst, discard all of these lightning energies. And that is going to be that nice 340 damage. Nice to see that kind of working out. Definitely pretty proper. Let's take these 3 prize cards. Let's see what they are. The Rayquaza V, not going to be too helpful. The research, also not too helpful. What's this one right here? That's going to be one of those Mareeps. But I think we're in a pretty good spot either way. We could get Marnied realistically, but if we get Marnied, I think we should have another Lightning in deck. If not, we can Azure Pulse until we find that Lightning, I believe. We maybe should have thinned a little bit more, but I didn't want to kind of over-risk decking out here in the matchup. Would have been a little bit awkward. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like I said, I think we can get 4 energies onto this Rayquaza next turn no matter what. He's going to boss this one up. That's actually a pretty good play on his part. I'm not going to lie. Do we have... So I think we have a Boss's Orders left in the deck, however. So I think this might just be kind of checkmate anyway. We'll have to see. That Boss's Orders was really clutch, though. Super clutch for him, but I think we also have our own boss in the discard pile. We only have 2. I don't think the last one's prized. I honestly don't think the last one is prized. But we can bring up anything here as a nice little pivot. Let's bring up the Flaafy. So let's see. Very interesting. I'm going to quick ball the way the Rayquaza. Do we have another basic in deck? We have the boss, and there it is, the basic Pokemon, and that is going to be guaranteed game this turn. So here we go, 1 Dynamotor. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to the Rayquaza. Let's just go ahead and stack up 3, because why not? Am I right? And this is where that Azure Pulse can be super, super, super clutch. We're just going to go ahead and pop that off. Yep. We're going to want to do that. That boss is in the last 3 prize cards of the deck. So let's just go ahead and grab that bad boy. We're going to retreat into this Rayquaza. We are doing, of course, I believe 200. Well, 8 times 3, 240. So we're doing 260 damage. Pretty decent amount, but we only have 1 prize card remaining. Let's bring up that Darkrai because why not? And we're going to give him the heart. Definitely a great match. Definitely a really fun match. Rayquaza VMAX felt really good in that matchup. I'm not going to lie. It was a really fun one. But I think Rayquaza definitely kind of has the advantage in this matchup against E-Turn VMAX. But that's, I think, the only match we're going to feature for this video. It was a long one. Definitely kind of a long match. I apologize. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys enjoy Rayquaza VMAX. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of the list? Would you play the Rose engine? Are you going to play Welder Rayquaza? What are you going to play Rayquaza with after rotation? That's the one thing I really can't wait to cover here in a couple weeks. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Maddie from Chill TCG. You guys have a great night. And don't forget to play in Chill Series tournaments every Wednesday night. We do have free Evolving Skies packs in the prize pool. Definitely go check it out this week. This week's Chill Series will have Evolving Skies packs legal for play. Or sorry, Evolving Skies cards legal for play. But anyway, guys, click the subscribe button, like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. You have a good night.